getting messages on my phone. You can't come out of a live chat and see the messages. They're on your phone, so had to do it. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. It's an impromptu live chat. I know we've got a scheduled live chat on Tuesday. I've got a couple of hours to kill before I leave for my gig. I'm playing with Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno this afternoon. Well, actually this evening. Around about 7 o'clock. Playing at a festival called Goat Fest. Don't ask me, I don't know. I just get the dates and I turn up and I play. Which is in Hitchin in Hertfordshire. There's some big names on. I can't remember any of them immediately, but there we go. So that's where I'm off to later on. There may well be a live chat there. We'll see what reception's like in terms of phone reception. So I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're having a good week. I hope your bass playing's going great. Hope all is well out in YouTube land. News, it's not been a great week here, unfortunately. My father-in-law passed away on Wednesday from lung cancer. And then on Thursday, I found out that my old bandmate Steve Overland, his brother Chris, who helped write, well, one of the original members of FM, and was in Wildlife with him, with Simon Kirk, and I think it was Mick Rouse was in that. So Chris passed away. I only ever met him once. I met him in 2004 at their friend's son's wedding, my covers band with Steve and Pete. We were playing at the son's wedding and I met Chris there. Very nice guy. I never had any problems with him. He called me suave. So obviously a very good judge of character. So he passed away on Thursday, sadly. I don't know what of. I haven't sort of gone into the nuts and bolts with Steve, but I did communicate with him on WhatsApp. So I'm very sorry to hear the news. And then yesterday, Bernie Marsden of White Snake, Company of Snakes, his own solo stuff, great guitar player. Never met Bernie, but through Steve and the FM links and Jim Kirkpatrick, who obviously plays with FM. He was also Bernie's sort of second guitarist, Bernie being the main guitarist on his own stuff, of course. And I've worked with Jim numerous times when he used to come and dep in Cover Story, and we share a love of Queen, if little else. But yeah, so sadly Bernie Marsden died yesterday. So it's been a bit of a week of it. And then I wake up this morning and find out our guitarist in Uncle Funk has got some blood pressure problems, we think. He was in hospital yesterday, but he's okay to do our gig today. So it's a week of it. So yeah, don't want to bring your weekends down. But yeah, so if I'm not full of my usual vim and vigour, that's pretty much why. Stacey in North Carolina, good morning, afternoon over there. Yeah, exactly. You're up with the larks and we're already halfway through our day. So yeah, planned live chat is on Tuesday, which is live chat 53. So if you aren't already scheduled to join in with that, feel free to go into Brooks's Bass Corner, go to the videos listing and you'll see upcoming live chat number 53. If you click on it now, okay, it's a couple of days beforehand, but you can actually hit, there's a grey button there on the screen that says notify me. You hit that, YouTube will send you an alert about 15 to 20 minutes before we go live on Tuesday, in case you forget. So you're more than welcome to join in with the scheduled live chat on Tuesday from 8 o'clock UK time. So if you want to come and chew the bass fat with me, and we may have a special guest, we'll see, and some of the regulars, hopefully some of the regulars will be attending. And then after that, week after, so the Tuesday, first week in September, which will be September the 5th, we go back to regular weekly live chats on Tuesdays. And I've basically scheduled those in up until the 19th of December. So if you want to join in on any of those, you can already click on the links, click on the thumbnails and go through. You can give the videos a like if you want before we've even done anything. You can leave questions on there already. But again, the notify me buttons are already there. So if there's any of those that you want to come along to, you can already set up the notifications on YouTube for that. But this is just an impromptu live chat. I've got a couple of hours till I head out to my gig this evening, and I've just got back from a dog walk, and I probably need to tidy my office, but you know what, I just haven't got the impetus to do that today. So I thought I'd do an impromptu live chat and speak to you fine people out there in YouTube land. So I hope everything's going well with all your gear and all your gigs and your playing and your practicing and everything. If you've been buying any new gear, let us know what you've been buying. If you're thinking of buying something new, let me know. If you've got some money burning a hole in your pocket and you'd like some advice, if I can help at all in any way, let me know. Put your insertion point in the live chat window. So if you're on the mobile app, it's directly below. If you're on the desktop version, the web-based version of YouTube, live chat windows that way. Put your insertion point in, type your comment or question, press send. I'll reply to it as soon as I see it fire up here on the live chat screen here on my camera. So yeah, so last week was fairly rampant, to be fair. There was a lot of miles. So on the Friday, I did a gig with Uncle Funk at Blaze Castle in Bristol. We did an impromptu live chat, which promptly got a copyright claim against it because of some music in the background. So if you watch that now, you'll realise there's like a 2-minute chunk in the middle of it, where basically I had to edit out that chunk of music, so it took the chat away as well. But that's just the way it goes. And that was a good gig. It was pouring with rain when we went on, and could have done without that bit, and the drive home wasn't the best either, but there we go. And then Saturday we had a 60th birthday, and the weather was far more pleasant over in, I think it was Stetchworth, anyway, somewhere like that, near Newmarket. We were doing a 60th birthday event again with Uncle Funk, and that all went very well. I can see my dog digging holes in the garden. Charlie, pack it in. Thank you. And then Sunday was the drive of all drives, something I seem to do fairly regularly on a yearly basis, which is go to Hunstanton and play at the Princess Theatre, and that was with Platinum ABBA. So we did an ABBA show last Sunday, and that was actually gig 60 for the Status Empathy with the Rotor Sound strings on. So in the Bass String Experiment series, there's a playlist here on the channel if you want to check out any of the existing videos. I've been working on the next batch of videos for that this week. I've been editing and filming. So that was gig number 60. So today I intend to use the Empathy, although when you watch the video for number 60, you'll realise that I'm saying that might be the end for those strings. I'm going to try and wheedle out another gig. I might even get a couple of gigs out of it next week. So tonight will be gig 61 with those strings. I was very tempted to call a halt because they're definitely sort of going downhill now rapidly, and the tone is changing. There's something when strings have been on a long time and they've been very well played, that you start to get this weird sort of resonance and harmonic feature to the strings. So you play a note and you get all these weird overtones start spilling out. And I noticed it last week on the ABBA gig because I had in-ears and I had an amp behind me, but that was quite quiet. And I could hear in my ears when I was playing on something and it was quite quiet, the music was quite quiet, I could hear this weird resonance going on, and I'm like, no, we can't carry on too much longer with these. So we'll try today, 61. None of the strings have snapped, they're still holding their tuning relatively, but there's some weird resonance and overtones going on. So they're on a limited time now. Steffi, hi. So sorry for your loss, Mike. Sending my deepest condolences to you and your family. Much appreciated. Thank you. So yeah. So that's kind of been the week. And then I had a Queen rehearsal on Monday, which was kind of a rehearsal stroke audition for a new dip singer. So that was good. Good to actually tighten up on a couple of things that have sort of slightly gone a little awry in gigs over the past year. So because we had the main players in the band all together, we were able to go, right, let's do this there. That needs to be tightened up there. Get that bit right. Things that you just, little, not mistakes, but ways of playing that sort of suddenly become a regular way of playing for certain people on various instruments in the band. And you just say, that's not what it is. It needs to be this. So we were able to do that in there. So that was cool. And then we've been dealing with all the family stuff this week, and I've been editing and filming, and today's first gig of the week. Only gig of the week. I think it's the least amount of gigs I've had on an end of August bank holiday weekend in my career. And normally I'm out, or in years gone by, I'd be out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This year, just today. Just the one gig, which will be today. And then next week we've got 2 Uncle Funk shows. We've got a private event on the Friday, and then we're playing at the VW event. It's not Camper Calling. Camper Calling's happening today. That's a festival we played last year. This is called the VW Action event. Something. It's at Santa Pod anyway, up in Northamptonshire. So we'll be there next Saturday for that. So there's those 2 gigs. Week after is a bit frenetic as well. Got Uncle Funk on the Thursday on a corporate event in London. I'm then doing Platinum ABBA on a corporate event. Oh no, I'm getting the wrong week. I've got a week early. Sorry, I think that week I've got that week mixed up. So that's the week when we've got like the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of September that week. So we've got Uncle Funk on the Thursday in London on a corporate event. I've got Queen tribute. This is Queen on a private function in Portsmouth on the Friday. Then we got Uncle Funk on the Saturday. I'm trying to remember where that is. That's the 9th of September. I don't know. Brain's gone to mush. But yeah, so it's busy. Week after is busy as well. That's the week with the ABBA tribute, which again is a function event, corporate event in, I think it's Park Lane. It's one of the hotels on Park Lane. And then there's another Uncle Funk the day after that. So yeah, busy time through September. It's all good. It's all good. I saw another message pop up there. Stacey, could be a blessing in disguise, the one gig, given all that's going on in your world. Well, exactly. So, yeah. Welcome to my kitchen, by the way. This is the kitchen. You get the panoramic view. So, yeah. So it's been full on kind of week. Not necessarily in bass terms. It was last week. Yeah. So there'll be new stuff going up. I had hoped to get quite a bit up this week, but I've kind of been filming and editing and creating like a back stockpile of videos, so I'll be able to produce or upload and release stuff in a row rather than constantly firefighting, doing one, releasing it, filming another, editing, releasing. That's the way I used to produce videos here on the channel. The problem is, if you get anything that sort of throws you off your stride, if you do that, it completely derails your momentum. So what I'm finding now, it's much better to film, edit, produce in bulk, stockpile, and then release. So that's going to be the new way of putting videos up here on the channel going forward. So yeah, who's all here today? I think it's just you and Steffi at the moment, Stace. Merchandise all going very nicely. There was a 15% off discount last week. I think the next discount is a free postage one. I need to check on the store when that kicks in. I think it's later this week or next week. So if you're looking to buy some Brooks's Bass Corner merch, that will be well, it's all there. It's ready. Available for you to buy. I'll put links in the description box later once this live chat's finished. And if you want to check out the new Bass Legends quote series, which is it's a range of t-shirts and mugs featuring quotes from interviews that I did with legends such as Lee Sklar, Chris Squire, Mark King, Nathan East. Those are the first 4 that I've done. It's all official. It's all been okayed. I own the copyright. I've had permission to use these quotes. The artists have all said yes, except for Chris Squire, obviously, because he passed away. I've had no communication from the Squire family and his estate, so if they turn around and say, we don't want you producing that, then that's fine, I'll stop doing that. But I haven't had that so far, and they didn't reply to my email, so we will venture forth and see what happens. But all the other stuff, I had a thumbs up from Lee, thumbs up from Mark, thumbs up from Nathan. So what you gonna do, you know? And the gear looks great. I've been wearing my t-shirt still. You'll see all 4. I'll display them on the live chat on Tuesday. And yeah, if you haven't checked them out, feel free. Go to any video here on the channel, go in the description box, and you will see links through to the UK and Europe merchandise store and the US and worldwide store. Just click on that, go to the design section, and you'll see all the different designs that we have available for merchandise. Pick your design, pick the item you want that design on, pick the size and colour, add it to your basket, Bob's your uncle. That's how that works. It's great quality merch. It arrives pretty damn quick, and it's really good. It all washes great. The mugs are great. Let me see if the mug that we use here, I think it's in the dishwasher, but you never know. No, there we go, Brooks' Space Corner mug. So this has been here since February. It's been in and out of the dishwasher hundreds of times. Look at that. There's no fade on the print. It's still as bright and vivid as when it first arrived. That's how good this stuff is. I'm really impressed. And the mugs are great. Actually, I'm in the mug section now. I know you 2 ladies are Queen fans. So here's a mug, nothing to do with Queen. But it is, but it isn't. We just saw it in a place selling crockery. How'd you like that? From Hot Space, Cool Cat. There you go. You don't see them all the time. Like I say, it's nothing to do with Queen merchandise, but just the fact it had Cool Cat on it. That was the reason for buying that. But there we go. But the Brooks' Space Corner mugs really hold up, so it's all good. Yeah, exactly, Stace. Those mugs are doing great, and the black one looks like I've just bought it as well. That's been in and out of the dishwasher as well. So all good, all good. So who have we got on here at the moment? See, 7 people are in watching. You're very welcome. Good to see you here on a Saturday afternoon here in the UK. So yeah, this is an impromptu live chat. We'll have the regular scheduled one will be on Tuesday, 8 o'clock UK time. So if you want to join in on that, feel free to attend. If you think you might need a reminder to remind you that we're doing that, if you go through to the video section here on the channel, or you can go to the playlist or the live section, you'll see a thumbnail and a title that says live chat number 53. Click on it now, it'll take you straight through to it. You'll see the live chat window and the video window. You'll see there's a grey button that says notify me. If you hit that, YouTube will send you a notification probably about 15 to 20 minutes before we go live, and just remind you that that's going to happen. And you can do that for any of the live chats that are already booked in. So after Tuesday's live chat, the following week, September the 5th, Tuesday, 8 o'clock, we'll return to doing the regular Tuesday night live chats here on Brooks' Space Corner. And they're all booked in from September the 5th up until December the 19th. So sort of a week before Christmas. So feel free to join us on any of those, and we'll try and build up some momentum and a head of steam as we approach Christmas. So it's all good. So video reviews, demos of pedals, basses, amps, all coming in the next couple of weeks. Lots of it. That's what I've been sort of planning and producing this week. So when time has allowed. So there's a lot of stuff coming for you guys. Just keep watching the channel. I know I've had a lot of people join the channel in the past week to 10 days. And then numbers dropped again. So I don't know if these people sort of subscribe and then drop off immediately, or whether it's just some people have joined and other people have dropped off. I don't know. I'm guessing they drop off through lack of activity here on the channel. It's been a bit difficult with the family situation, but yeah, for a couple of months I had planned on putting a lot of content out over the summer months. Just been a little tough. Yeah, we had priorities, but the channel will now flourish over the next couple of months, because as we go into autumn and winter, obviously there's a lot fewer festival gigs, which is predominantly what I'm doing these days. So there'll be a lot more time to produce new content for you fine, fabulous people. So yeah. Yeah, so if you're out on Saturday today, going around the shops, looking at new gear perhaps. If you're here in the UK, you'll probably be going to one of the chain establishments, so maybe PMT, Guitar, maybe popping in the Bass Direct up near Warwick. Perhaps you go to the Gallery in Camden. Let me know where you're going bass shopping, what you're going to buy. Maybe you have no idea what you're going to buy, but you're going with a credit card or some cash in your pocket. So let us know what you're looking to get hold of. If I can advise and help, I'd be more than happy to do so. Let me think, what else have I got to tell you bass-wise? Yeah, it's not a lot. It's pretty much been a lot of gigs and dealing with life for the past few weeks and months. Just the way it is. It's just the way life presents itself to you. But there'll be a load of new stuff going up very shortly. So I can see there's 5 people. Who have we got? 4. Okay, I call you out and people drop off. Let's hear what you're up to for this bank holiday weekend here in the UK. Sorry, I'm just keep going off the camera. I'm just watching what my dog's doing in the garden. He's being incredibly pesky. Charlie, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's found something. Probably an old bit of wood. Seems to be his thing at the moment. I can see the radar dishes are up, thanks. Something's got his attention. Anyway. So yes, the Status Empathy will be coming out with me today, on today's gig, which is for Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno at Goat Fest in Hitchin in Hertfordshire. So tonight will be gig 61 with those strings on. And as I was saying a little earlier, I did gig 60 last week and I could hear all sorts of overtones and resonances in my in-ear monitors, and I was actually the little video clip that I filmed for the Bass Experiment series for that particular gig. I actually said in it that I thought that might be the last gig for those strings, but I'm going to try and eke out another gig today, and after today I will assess whether I actually think they will manage another gig or 2 next week. They might not. We will see. The E and the A string are literally just like 2 bits of dead old rope. The D and G have still got a little something about them, but generally, I mean, those strings have truly earned their keep over the past year, and I could just feel and hear in them last week. It was like, we've had enough. And it was fine on the ABBA stuff. I had plenty of EQ on the bass to get me through the gig. But we were doing One of Us, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of fretlessy sounding, maybe a bit graphitey. And I'm kind of centre stage on that. They make a bit of a thing about, oh, it's a great bass line for the bass player. And I was playing it and I just could not get the tone I wanted. I was pushing the mids and trying not to go too high with the treble, but you could tell if I didn't turn the treble up, a lot of the clarity was gone. And I was having to boost the bass end quite a bit. That has dropped off of those lower strings. And while I was playing that song, I just thought, this might be the last gig for these. I think that might be the end. But we got through the rest of the gig, and there's like a little bass solo-y part in Gimme, 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 and what's the other thing? Might have been Summer Night City. And I just thought, if I get through this, I'll be pleased. But I was starting to really push the EQ. But like I say, the big deciding factor for me always is, have the strings snapped? No, they haven't. Has the tuning gone? No, but it's you can hear it's starting to suffer. I'm having to tune up at the end of every song. But I do that as a matter of course anyway. It's when you have to tune up in the middle of a song. If there's a part where the bass drops out, then you've got a problem. But I don't know, just the consistency of tones starting to go. And I'm hearing kind of, like I'm saying, you're playing a note, and you can just hear kind of the sustains breaking up. And it's just, you play a note and it's kind of a bit dead and lifeless. And it's like, that's not what I want. And some gigs that'd be perfectly okay if you were doing like a soul gig or a Motown gig or something where you just want dead bass string tone. That'd be perfectly okay, but no. And I use that bass on so many different bands and projects that it's going to be time to replace shortly. And Lord knows, when I take those strings off, that bass is going to get such a good cleanup. Not unlike the cleanup it got before we started the bass string experiments. So there's a video for that, I'll put it in the description box later, which you can see on the channel, called How to Make Your Status Empathy Bass Play Better. So it gets all cleaned up, set up, action, intonation, pickup height, do the business, clean the frets up. And it's going to need that overhaul because the strings haven't come off. I haven't really, I'll give the bass a polish and a wipe down, but not the strings. I haven't touched the strings at all. But it's going to need a fairly good polish, put it that way. And I dread to think the colour that's going to come off the fingerboard when I put some WD-40 on it, but there we are. We'll just see how it goes. And I may even do that when I do that, and I have that bass on the workbench. I'll do that as a live chat. I won't do it as a video for the channel because I've already done one. But I'll do it as a live chat. You can ask me questions while I'm going through. It will be a good clean and restringing time, Stacey. Correct. It will be. It's done a lot of miles. Lord knows those strings have pummeled the phenolic fingerboard. That's fine. Drop a WD-40 will bring the luster back. Don't worry about that. There's a lot of skin grot around the pickups and bridge. I've kind of been brushing that away as much as I can. But with the strings on, you can only get so much access really. So there we are. That's the way. So that's kind of brings everything up to date. So what have we got coming up? So yeah, live chat on Tuesday, 2 Uncle Funk gigs next week, and hopefully just get some of these videos out to you guys. I know it seems like I make a big deal out of it, and it's like, why don't you just put the stuff out? The reason being, the channel's now 3 years old, and every time you put a video out, you've got to give it the biggest and best push you can. You can't guarantee people are going to watch stuff, and a lot of people don't bother coming back and checking a YouTube channel. They're browsing, so they'll just click on things as they're watching videos. But you have to give your video the best possible go, if you like, and that can take a good 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes a couple of hours before you publish, and then a good couple of hours afterwards. So with all the videos here on the channel, I literally promote any video that I'm uploading across as many base groups and pages as I can. It takes time. There's over 100 that I post on. I know it kind of gets on some people's nerves, but you kind of got to do it, because here on the channel at the moment we've got just under 3,000 subscribers, and I can't rely on you all to watch a video I put out. Love it if you all did, but it doesn't quite work like that. And so you kind of got to, it's almost like throwing a net into the ocean and catching as many fish as you can. So it's kind of the same idea. You got to spread it wide, that your video is going up, and you just hope that people will click on the links and go through and watch. That's how it works. But it does take time to do that, and I just haven't had that level of available time, 3 or 4 hours to do that sort of stuff. Just hasn't been a thing in recent months. So there we go. Who we got? Graham, good afternoon, mate. I'm assuming you haven't bought a new hoodie yet. I've seen no purchase alert on the merch app, but I hope everything is good. I meant to say to you last week when you told me, Paul Graham, he bought a Brooks's Base Corner hoodie jacket thing, wore it to a gig, and someone stole it. And I was going to say, clearly, my merch is becoming talked about. If someone will go around and nick a hoodie, but all I can say is they're promoting the channel, aren't they? It's on the back, so yeah, I'm really sorry, mate. Sorry that happened. Yeah. Wait until there's another discount period. That's the time to buy a new one. Maybe I'll offer you a one-off, a limited edition. I've not done any hoodies with the Base Legend quotes on the back. But if you would like one of those, you tell me which quote you want, if you're going to buy it, and I will create one. You pick which hoodie you want, which quote, and I will put it up in the shop, and you can order one of those if that's what you like. That's not even a thing that's offered at the moment. It's just t-shirts, but you could have a one of a kind if that's your thing. That dog is chewing a stick. He's been at it for about 15 minutes. Charlie, you're not eating that, are you? I really hope not. You've got chicken and food down here. How about eating that instead of an old stick? Brain the size of a peanut, that boy. So yeah. So Graham, GBs. Any new purchases? Anything you haven't told me about? What have you got? Let me know. Actually, there was an interesting thread of conversation on Base Chat past few days. People talking about rechargeable batteries. Now, for those of you who regularly attend the live chats, will know a couple of months ago I was bemoaning the fact that my white GB Roomer, which has the sound to light controller, eats batteries. It eats 2 9-volt batteries. Basically, you can get 3 sets ish. So if I'm doing 1 hour sets, I will basically get 1.5 gigs worth out of 2 9-volt batteries, which is obscene, because with regular LEDs that don't have the sound to light controller, I can get 15 to 20 gigs out of one battery. So this sound to light controller really eats the batteries. A friend, Russ, who's a GB fan, recommended some rechargeable lithium 9-volt batteries from Amazon, which seem to be double the power of a regular 9-volt. So I bought them, charged them up, put them in the base, and turned the base on with the sound to light system. It was less than the 3 sets. It was less. It didn't even last as much as 2 regular 9 volts. So very disappointed, but there's a chat going on there, and people are talking about rechargeable batteries, and very interesting. Very interesting. There are certain brands that are good, certain brands that aren't, and it doesn't matter what the spec is. It's more to do with the quality of what's inside the package, really. So if you haven't seen that, and you are in the same boat, or you want to use rechargeables on your base, I wouldn't generally use rechargeables on a base circuit, but for something like LEDs that aren't imperative to the operation. You know, if your LEDs go down, it's not the end of the world. If your circuit went down, there's no base, is there? So yeah, very interesting. So needless to say, I'm on the lookout for some different ones. I saw there were some messages there, sorry. Steffi, looking forward to live chat 53 on Tuesday. Last one has 555 views so far. That's because Mr. Fairclough was on it. 498 times it was me, I guess. No, I've had a lot of people watching that video. It's been it's the most watched live chat video I've done. It actually overtook the Andy Taylor one from last November. Sorry, I missed that. I wish they would find a way to keep these messages on the screen. I think he uses sticks as toothpicks ever. Hey. Graham, all good, thanks. Would have to be the MK quote. That's Mark King. Okay. Yes, have a new toy. Right, well, we need to know what that new toy is. So, spill the beans. Steffi and Stacey saying hi. Very good. Yes, I want to know what's the new toy. Another GB or something else? What have you got? What have you bought? Spill. You're not allowed to keep new purchases to yourself. You know the rules. Oh, the dogs decided to come in and the old bit of wood lost its appeal. Now the biscuits are kicking in. You had a nice time there. Very good. Yeah, come on, Graham. What have you bought? Doesn't have to be a GB, of course. What you got? It's a shame you can't share pictures on the live chat. Just the way it is. What they should do is have like a holding room so people can submit pictures and then I can approve or not while we're doing the live chat and make things so much easier. You all right, Charlie Chi? Crunching your way through a bowl of biscuits. Excellent. You okay? He's obviously got a bit of a hunger. Just excuse me a moment. I need to take the cover off his food. Okay. What's in there? What's in there? Chicken. Look. There. Get that down, you gizzard. Yeah. It's okay, it's yours, darling. That's for you to eat. He always looks so guilty that I've given him food. You're jealous of my full fat Coke. Oh. You know where the shop is. Right, bought a G2 backbeat, okay, second hand, was very sceptical, but have used IEMs for years and started to get a bit bored of the clinical sound. It was a game changer. Made so much difference. I would have gone down the backbeat route. However, as a new convert to IEMs and using pedal boards and not amps and stuff, when I do Uncle Funk, we've got all our costume and stuff on. And I've said in previous live chats, I have a system of putting all the stuff on that has to go on my head. So basically I have to put in-ears in, loop them around my ears, then sunglasses, then the headpiece. If I'm going wireless, so I've already got the IEMs. If I'm going wireless with the bass, which I don't do on festivals because it's not time to set it up if something goes wrong. Like I took my wireless system last week, my G90 Line 6, to the ABBA gig in Hunstanton. Hadn't used it since December. No reason for it not to work. Little did I know there was a minor, and I mean minor, barely visible, piece of battery corrosion on one of the contacts. The wireless wouldn't fire up. The rack mount, the receiver was fine, that's all fine, but the transmitter wouldn't work. I didn't have time to start doing YouTube and Google and find out what the problem was. I had to wait till next day. So on Monday morning, I had all my gear here in the kitchen, and I hadn't done a gear tidy up since like May. So I was going through my gear case and my amps and leads and tidying everything, taking stuff out that I don't need. Got to the transmitter pack, and right at the very bottom where you put the batteries, you can see a very faint green line around the contact. I thought it's corrosion in it. So I started watching some YouTube videos and stuff. I had to buy some screwdrivers to be able to take the back case off, but not being able to do that, I got a skewer, I couldn't remember the word, and was able to basically run it around this contact. Put brand new batteries in. Now that transmitter has always been pretty good, even if the batteries weren't full whack, it would operate. And sorry, I just need to cover the dog's food, bear with me a second. And I put brand new batteries in, and all of a sudden it fired up, it worked. I was like, okay, right, so that's obviously working. I then put some mildly used batteries in. The screen wouldn't come on, which was what was happening the day before. I then saw one of the videos on YouTube where the guy had done all the cleaning stuff, and he'd used vinegar and sorted the contacts out. He put the batteries in, turned it on, it didn't fire up. But about 30 seconds later it did. And I thought, well, maybe that might happen. And it happened with mine. So I've now got the screwdrivers that will allow me to take the back section off, allow me to get to the contacts. I'll do the vinegar thing because I want it working properly. A new transmitter is 180 quid, which is not something I really want to be spending on, but I can't have a wireless system that I can't rely on. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're going to have that now, eh? I've never seen you do that. Just taking the lid off his food by himself. Doesn't normally do that. Go on, help yourself. And so clearly there's something going on with my transmitter that it's starting to get fussy with batteries, or the corrosion means it needs batteries that are full whack, powerful. It's going to make things a bit difficult, but yeah. So if you use a line 6 with the TBP12 pack, be really aware of battery corrosion. Don't leave batteries in after a gig, and also certainly don't leave batteries in there for any sort of prolonged period. Even between, say you've got 2 gigs day after day, don't leave your batteries in. Don't leave the pack on. When you finish playing, put your bass on the stand, turn the pack off. Don't leave it on, because it will drain those batteries and then they're prone to corrosion. Don't do it, as I've learned. Shut the door, it's raining. Well done, Chef. Yeah. Sorry, it's just started raining. I had to shut the kitchen door there. And so yeah, so that was good to be able to get to the bottom of that. But it was really annoying, and in the heat of battle at sound check, there was so much going on, you can't concentrate. The stage lighting was so dark, I couldn't see the corrosion there. But there was no time to really sort of consult the YouTube oracle as to how I was going to solve it there and then. So I ended up just using leads. But yeah, wireless. What a pain. But there we go. So yes, getting back to my point about the backbeat. So with Uncle Funk, if I'm going wireless on the bass, I'll have one pack for the IEMs, one pack to go wireless. If I then go down the backbeat route, I've basically got 3 packs on the strap or in my pockets, or it's too much. And to be honest, I am more than happy with not having something like a backbeat or a Porter and Davis platform. I've not needed it, and the sound I get in my IEMs is perfectly fine for me. I don't, certainly with Uncle Funk, I'm not stationary on stage, so a platform is pointless, really. And the backbeat, yeah, I could do it, but it's just going to make everything heavier, and it's another pack. It's another thing that might go wrong, and it's not essential to the performance. So that's why I haven't. I'm not cynical about it. I just, for me, it's not integral to what I do. But hey, if it works for you, Graham, good one. Happy to send it to you if you'd like to try it or do a cheeky review. Definitely not worth the RRP, but the experience was fab. Yeah, for me, it's a mobility thing on stage. Having 2 packs can get confusing enough. To have another third thing, either on the strap or in my pocket or whatever, I just don't have time. Certainly not on festival gigs. On a theatre show, it's different. We've got hours to prep for stuff, but festival gigs or anything where there's like a number of bands ain't gonna work. Not for me. Steffi, hope Neil will be back for another live chat soon. I'm sure he will. I think he quite enjoyed it. It was a blast. I know he's flipping busy. Yeah, that's the understatement of the week, that one. He's always busy. Just hope it won't take another few years to talk to him again. No, we've already communicated today. Don't worry. Stacey, our Cokes are made with corn syrup here. Have to buy the Mexican Coca-Colas if we want the full sugar version. Gotcha, understood. Stacey, too right, Steffi. Bring on the Fairclough fabulousness. You'll like that. You'll like that. Yeah, so that's kind of that. He'll be off on Queen Travels very shortly. They'll be starting to do all the rehearsals and pre-production for the Queen American tour. Which I actually did consider at one point, going over for a couple of dates, but I got too many other things going on, and the dates I would have liked to have done clashed with gigs I'm playing here, so that wasn't going to happen, sadly. But there we go. So yeah, that's kind of it. So happy travels with the backbeat, Graham. Hope that all works out good for you. I know loads of people bought the first one and it was getting really good reviews. But like I say, I remember I was doing some gigs, I think in 2021 and definitely last year, and someone asked me about the backbeat, and I remember being on a gig thinking, I can't have another pack on the strap. The strap's getting heavy enough as it is. And you look at it and you think, well, it's just a pack for your ears and a pack for that. In the costume that I wear for Uncle Funk, there's no pockets. I actually had to start wearing a belt, so I had something to strap my IEMs to. I used to have both that and the wireless in sort of Velcro packs on the strap, and it actually made turning the volume up and down on the IEMs almost impossible. I couldn't get to it. Much easier to have it on my belt there. Couldn't have it on the right side because the bass kind of goes around that side, but on the left hand side I could just have it there on my sort of left hip. It's a lot easier. You can carry on playing with that hand while you're adjusting volumes, but normally I don't generally have to turn the volume up or down on a gig. It's kind of set from the moment I go on. I'll find a volume and that's fine for me. Don't need anything else. But yeah, for a while I had, so on a comfort strap, it has those kind of loops, the elastic loops, and I was plonking the packs over that, but it just, you end up with like the in-ear cable was sort of getting caught up, and then when you take the bass off and your ears are still on, it drags the cable out. And no, much easier having your IEM pack on your hip, have the wireless pack on the strap or in a back pocket. If I'm doing ABBA, again, depends which ABBA band. If it's Platinum ABBA, there's no pockets, it's all white lycra. If I'm doing 21st century ABBA, I've got like white jeans, so I've got a back pocket that the well, either one of the packs can go into. That's it. It's the obstacles of live performance. It's the way it is. Yes, indeed. But yeah. So I'm quite looking forward when we get to the end of the bass string experiment. Actually, now starting to bring different basses back out for Uncle Funk. So the GB Rumour, the white bass, that'll be back out. The GB Kingfisher Blue, although that's usually my backup while we've been doing the bass string experiment. And then there's a whole load of other basses that are in my rack that I just haven't really used since we came out of lockdown. So it's time to bring some of them out. Actually bring a few out and see if I want to keep them or not. Might shift a few on. Who knows? Yeah, that's kind of where we're at, really. So, as I said earlier this week, I've been putting those next clutch of bass string experiment videos together. So as I've said numerous times, they're not going to be individual videos per gig. Going forward, they're going to be, each video will look at 5 gigs. So the next one will be gigs 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. One after that will be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And that's how it will go through. But like I said, last Sunday was gig 60. Today will be gig 61. So we'll see how we go. See how we get through. Should be fine. For string snaps, just take the bass off or pick the other bass up. That's the way it is. I don't think the strings will snap. I think it'll just get to a point that they deteriorate tonally. And I've just got to say, that's the end. I thought it was last week, but I think I can probably squeeze today, because today's a 70-minute set. So it's not, it's not 2 1 hours. And it'll be fine. Of course it will. Of course. So if you're enjoying this live chat, please feel free to hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, feel free to join in. If you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. And please select all. If you don't, YouTube will basically select none, which means you get no notifications when I post up videos or I go live or I post on the community tab. Or it will select highlights, which means you don't get everything. If you select all, YouTube will tell you every time I'm doing a live chat, an impromptu live chat, a post on the community tab, or I've put up a new video. That's the one you want. But feel free to get involved in the chat as well. See, we've got 7 people watching at the moment. Very welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're having a good Saturday. This isn't a regular live chat. I've got one of those on Tuesday. This is an impromptu live chat. So it's Saturday. I'm kind of chilling, not leaving home till later this afternoon. But I'm on a festival in Hertfordshire this afternoon. Well, this evening actually, about 7 o'clock. So yeah, that is it. That is it. So who have we got? See, all I can see is numbers. I can't see exactly who is here on the live chat, which is a real shame. David May, lefty guitarist. Oh, there's more messages which I haven't seen. See, I thought that was weird that it kept the... Yeah, sorry, guys, I haven't seen all these messages. It kind of locked. There we go. Right. Steffi, Tyler was talking about that rehearsals will start soon. Yes, they will. David May, good to see you from Montreal, Canada. Hope you're well. Moment to moment, that's Joe Goose. Joe Goose, stay there. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Don't pass go. Don't collect £200. Joe Goose, stay there. Don't you disappear, Joe Goose. Don't you disappear. He's going to fall off his chair now, isn't he? There you go, Joe Goose. How about that? That'll get you talking. Series 3, my man. Series 3. That's right. Let's go back into these messages. I will get all of that. Let's have a little look here. Right, moment to moment. So that's Joe Goose. David May. I heard Hofner basses were nothing special, even though McCartney played one. Hofner basses are a bit of an acquired taste, David. They're short scale. Most basses have got a bit of heft about them. Yeah, you can get stuck in. You can't really do that with a Hofner. You've got to be a little more delicate, and they have a tone of their own, very old school, as you would understand with McCartney using one, what have you. Dale Davis, who used to play for Amy Winehouse, and actually with Amy Winehouse used various Hofner models. So they kind of have a sound. It's not that they're bad, they're just a bit of an acquired taste. Not to my taste. I've done plenty of reviews and given them good reviews and been impressed with the tones they have. But for me as a working bass player, no. Unless someone said to me, I need you to use a Hofner, and I'll go and buy one, or I could get one on a deal through the distributor here in the UK. But not my thing. Graham, gotcha. Completely understand. I had the first one also, but it was extremely heavy and was like having a pendulum swinging around. Exactly. There you go. New one is made out of a type of plastic. Okay. So lighter, but durability may be an issue. Report back, Graham, with your findings. David, I'm a lefty guitarist. That's all right. You're welcome here. No problem. Kev, Seabase, is that Goat Fest? Yes, Kev, I'm at Goat Fest this afternoon. I'll be getting there probably around 4:30. Are you there? Are you playing? Who are you playing with? I'll be there about 4:30. We're on at 7. Uncle Funk, Disco Inferno. There till about 8:10. Joe Goose, he's staying there. Yes, exactly, Stacey. Joe Goose, finally. Yeah, well, there's a story about this, so I'll tell you that in a moment. It is Goat Fest. Welcome back to the Big Boys Club on your bike. I've got a Lembix, that's the Big Boys Club. Do I like Rickenbackers? I like other people playing them. So I'm a big Chris Squire fan, Geddy fan. Although I don't go overboard with Geddy. He wasn't, Geddy Lee wasn't a huge inspiration for me. But I love his playing, and quite a lot Rickenbacker players I like. I just don't like playing Rickenbackers generally. I kind of follow Dave's world of Dave's world of fun stuff. He does all the fixing of guitars and stuff. I subscribe to what he believes, which is it's probably the worst designed bass bridge in history. And they do have very idiosyncratic things about them. But I love Chris Squire's bass tone. Graham, many years ago, working in a resident band at Holiday Park, the band leader decided we would do a gig shirt experiment. I think the drummer done over a week. Oh my days. Yeah, that's not good. I'm not a fan of BO. I find that quite offensive. David May, Beatles were great, but I love Badfinger 2. Tragic story. Badfinger. Don't know who that is. Kev, we are tomorrow night. Last thing. Which band, Kev? Stacey laughing. Hi, Stelba Stacey. I know you were. David May, did you ever listen to my favourite band, the Guess Who from Winnipeg, Canada? No, sir. No, not heard them. Lovely classic Mark King Red, can't beat it. It's a series 3, so it's basically been lent to me. There is sort of a bit more to the story, but so it's been lent to me indefinitely. to do demos, reviews, anything on the channel with it. It's got a bit of war wound there, bit of a chip. It's got various dings and stuff. I haven't got into finding out what year and when it was made. I will. The neck's pretty good. It's going to go on the workbench for a bit of fettling soon, and it needs some new bridge saddle screws. The lower one here on the G string has basically gone from being a hex socket. It's all worn, it's round, it's not gripping. I can't make it go up or down. So I'm going to be on to JD for some new bridge screws very shortly. But it's not bad. Actually, it was a lot lower than this. I had to raise the action just a bit, just to get so the notes weren't choking, but it's not bad. One thing I find, the G string keeps falling off the fingerboard. There's really not a huge amount of space. It comes off without too much movement, which is a bit annoying. I'm used to there being a bit more. Nice. It's good. It's not alembic though. That'll make Joe go off his nut. But yes, so I'll get this on the workbench, get it all set up, and we'll start doing some videos with it. It's good. It is what it is. You know, I used to own one of these, although it wasn't a Series 3, it was a Series 2. It had major issues all over. This one doesn't have major issues, so it doesn't seem to. It plays good, sounds good. Ooh. Yeah, all of that. But anyway, Joe, I knew you'd be pleased to see that. Not a bad one. Not bad at all. Got some miles on the clock. It's been played a lot. But well, very good. There we go. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a long, long time. I did send you some messages. Stacey, she's doing great. Never give it back. No, it was, well, there's more of a story to it than that. But Bad Finger sang Day After Day, No Matter What, Baby Blue. No, never heard of them, Dave. The Guess Who wrote American Woman, These Eyes, Burton Cummings was the lit. No, Randy Bartman. Well, Randy Bartman, obviously I've heard of. He used to write with a guy I was in a covers band with. Guess Who America. See, Stacey knows all that. Sounds amazing, even unplugged. Cheers, Joe. Yeah. What gauge strings are on it? I think it is 140 hundreds. I've got some 3595s in there, in the garage, in the workshop. So they will be going on when these strings die off a bit. David, do you play acoustic bass? I don't play upright, but I do have semi-acoustics or electroacoustics. So electroacoustic basses that look like acoustic guitars, bass strings, piezo pickup. I have those. That's what I do. But I don't play upright. No, actually I tell a lie. In 28 years, I've probably had 3 requests to play upright bass and didn't, just pass the work to someone else. So it's not something I particularly feel the need to do. If there was a project I was working on and the artist wanted me to use one, then I'd have to do some wood shedding, aren't I? Probably be worth me not taking the gig and let someone else do it. But yeah, tis what it is. Randy Bartman Turner Overdrive, exactly. Alembics are great as coffee tables. No, Joe. No. Right, are 6 and 8 string basses necessary? No, not at all, David. Depends what you want to do. I don't have any 8 strings. I don't have any 6 strings either, although I've reviewed several. Predominantly, I'm a 4-string player. I've got 5 strings. 4, I think. So I have 5 strings. I rarely use them. Lots of players. I keep coming across people I've known for years, some new players. I can't possibly play a 4. Rubbish. Yes, you can. You just choose not to. That's fine. There's no problem with that. But there are some players who are like, oh, it's got to be a 5. It's got to be a 5. Why? Nonsense. That's a bit like as a 4-string player going, well, I can't play a 5. Oh, I can possibly play a 5. You just adapt. You put some practice in, you'll be fine. So, no, David. You can go down the 6 and 8 string route if you wish. 8 live, probably not. 8's great for recording, but not for live stuff. 6 string, depends if you're going to do chordal stuff. You know, generally as bass players we don't, unless we're playing unaccompanied or you're in a specific musical project that kind of needs that stuff. But no, I don't have any 6s. I couldn't justify the cost, really. If I'm fair, I just wouldn't get asked to use them. Good to hear the neck is straight. Yeah. Sorry. Finally managed to move into the new house. Excellent. Was in Airbnbs for 9 weeks. Oh, mate, I feel sorry for you. I do. That's not a good situation. Jacko, Mark and Marcus all played 4 strings. Say no more. Correct. Do you play guitar too? I don't. And it's something that annoys me that I don't, because I bought a Strat, a fat Strat, which had a humbucker in the bridge, in 1998 when I joined Cover Story. And I wanted to take it with me to our first sort of abroad trip, because we were going to be away for 10 weeks. And I didn't take it, although the guys had guitars that I could play. And I've never sat down and had the time to do it. When we came back from that trip, my partner and I just bought a house. That was like early 1999. I was so busy trying to make sure I had money coming in. I was constantly finding gigs for the band and depping and everything else. The whole learning chords and playing a guitar passed me by. At some point I would love to do it, and it probably would have given me more work opportunities. But to be fair, I've been so busy in the past, 24 years, that I just haven't had the free time to do it. When I get free time, I like to just turn off, but it just doesn't happen very often. There's always something to do, and I should do it. It would make me a better musician, but hey, I'm 51. My mortgage is paid off, so I did something right. But yeah, there we go. Have you been to Canada? No, I haven't. I've only been to the US once. I came to New York in November 2014 when I was writing for Bass Guitar magazine, and we interviewed Stuart Spector and the guys from Aguilar. That's the only time I've been over that side of the pond, sadly. I'd like to be there a lot more often doing stuff. Playing would be lovely, but the opportunities to play in America as a Brit, unless you're with a name artist, it's ain't going to happen. What kind of music do you play? Everything. Well, I'm not jazz. I don't do jazz. I'm not a heavy metal guy. You can probably tell by the hair. But I do sort of rock, pop, funk, soul, anything in between. I used to do anything that paid the bills, but now I can kind of be a little more selective with the work I do. So at the moment, since we came out of lockdown, I'm predominantly busy with a 9-piece disco show band called Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno. I've played a couple of Queen tributes. I do a couple of ABBA tributes. Occasionally do sort of wedding and function stuff. A lot of my general covers stuff has died off because I'm not playing pubs and clubs. But a lot of the places we used to have to play in London don't exist anymore. Or if the venue's still there, they stopped having bands long ago. So the regular sort of circuit of gigs that you would do that would fit in a muck between your function and wedding stuff, a lot of that's gone. But I'm okay. I'm busy, you know. I'm pretty busy, so it's all good. And I love doing the YouTube channel. So and I'm in charge of that. I'm not told by anyone what I can and can't do. So I quite like that sort of flexibility. Thank you for the questions. Let's see what I missed there. Kev, as a working stiff, okay, I've needed 5 but prefer to play a 4. Do you know what? I haven't done a gig where I've had to, being the predominant point there. I don't think I've had to use a 5 string since, oh God, maybe 2012. It's that long ago. I think there are things I could have used a 5 on and I didn't. And with Uncle Funk, we're a 9-piece band. You start using 5 strings when you've got horns and keys and track and guitar and multiple vocals and percussion. 5, those low notes, they're either going to cause you a problem or they're going to get lost. So, and I do, thank you, I do a good enough job holding the bottom end down with a 4. So that's generally what I just prefer the flexibility of a 4. I don't feel like I need that low stuff. And when I do, I use octave pedals and what have you. Same for fretless or double bass. Well, you know that we're going to have a series here on fretless soon, which will record and note my adventures on fretless bass as an absolute beginner. We'll see how we get through there. So that will be coming soon. Double bass, no, never really been asked to do it. How many fretless basses do I have? 2, Joe. I've got the Kubicki fretless, the pink one, the coral pink one that was a fretted, got defretted by Bernie Goodfellow in 2002. But because I know I'm going to do this series on fretless bass and I'm starting from scratch, it's going to be a lot of practice and woodshedding. And the way that Kubickis are going up in price, I didn't want to completely destroy that fingerboard. So I've got hold of a bass center Jive bass, which is their jazz bass, the white one. Some of you will have seen it on various live chats earlier in the year. It plays great, looks great, and strung it with half wound strings. So that will be the woodshedding bass for doing fretless. And that will be coming to this channel very, very soon. Dave, nice chatting. Thank you for coming on to the live chat. We'll be doing a scheduled live chat on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So if you want to join in on that, feel free. If you think you might forget that we're doing a live chat on Tuesday, you can click on it now. Either go to videos or live here on the channel and look for live chat 53. Go onto it, click on it. You'll see the live chat window and the video window, and you'll see a grey box that says notify me. If you click on that, YouTube will send you a notification on the day to remind you that we're doing a live chat on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Kev, 1 fretless, a Status 2000 in teal graphite. You lucky man. Yeah, I've got the fretted one, as you know. Number 416. There we go, Joe Goose. It's a thing of beauty. I can't be having a bass up here. It's nuts. But go up one on the strap. There we are. There we are. I'll do all my boy. It's a 16-year-old stood in front of the mirror. Yeah. You grow out of that if you got any sense about you. Well, the story, Joe, is a little more involved and convoluted. I won't go into it here on the channel, but put it this way, this will be here for a while. Steffi saw Johnny Logan here in my hometown castle yesterday. It was awesome. Is that Johnny Logan that used to sing on the Eurovision, the Irish guy? I'm assuming it is. Number 120, Kev. Very good. That's a keeper, that one. Steffi, yes. Oh, very good. Well, did he have a live band or was he on playback? Did he have like backing tracks? Oh. Ah, yeah, live band, very good. Keep the musicians working, that's what I say. Yeah. Yeah, all those riffs we know and love, Joe. You see? Sounds good. I think the truss rod needs a tweak. It's not bendy, it's certainly not bendy like the one I had. It just needs a slight tweak. Drop the strings a little and we'll be flying. Nice brand new set of 3595s on there. Yes, sir. Do-do-do. Can't go wrong with the old Mark King riffs. Lord knows we've all played them for 40 years. The gig was for free. Still rocking. That guy was brilliant. Played almost 2 hours. Oh, very good. Trying to think what my next gig is. I think it's Mama's Gun at Jazz Cafe in December. I was hoping to go to Young Gun Silver Fox next month, but unfortunately I'm playing on Saturday the 23rd and I'm playing at a festival until about 7:15, and even with my fantastic driving ability, even I can't get from Maidstone to Camden, or guarantee that I can, before they start at 9 o'clock. It's too much of a... I can't guarantee how quickly I can get out of the festival, so sadly I've got to miss the biggest UK gig that Young Gun Silver Fox have done. Gutted. Wanted to go, but I was hoping we were going to finish at the festival a little earlier than we are, but can't be done. So next one for me is Mama's Gun in December. The possibility of maybe doing a level 42 show in October, November, but at the moment all the gigs I can go to, I've got gigs on. So how am I going to take the JD out on any gigs? There's a possibility of that. That might happen. As I found out when I owned one of these, Joe, they don't lend themselves to everything. They certainly don't. If you're doing general covers, a lot of rock stuff, doesn't work. Just too big on stage, big old headstock. I just found it just didn't sound as good as back then as my Stingray. And so the Stingray got the vote and this thing just sat on the wall, and I just got fed up having to set it up and tweak it every time I wanted to play it. So it had to go. And it had cracks and it didn't have the right preamp and it was just disaster waiting to happen, so it went. But no, this could well come out on a few gigs. I don't know which or what or when yet. Might have it out on a couple of Uncle Funk shows, we'll see how it sounds. Problem, I suspect, it's quite woody and sort of middly, and that's not really what I need on Uncle Funk. I need something with fairly solid bottom end and plenty of top end clatter, and let the EQ do the mids, but we'll see. I haven't even really plugged this in yet, so it's going to get some TLC over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see. You saw Stinging Castle in May. He was doing shows here in the UK as well. During the summer, he was doing festival shows. Still got the voice, still got the pipes. Going to post pics and videos on your Instagram and Facebook. Excellent. Kev, I like the size of the George Anderson much more. Yeah, I kind of like that shape as well. I have to say, this Series 3 fits a whole lot better than the Series 2 I had. much longer bass, very thin there, and it didn't look great and didn't feel great, it didn't bounce all that well, but it had so many issues with the neck that yeah, that had to go. That had to go. Joe Goose, I have a GA24 on order. Yes, you do. Should be arriving in the next few months, hopefully. Excellent. Let us know how you get on with it once it arrives. Yep. You might be ordering a Zoot. They're good basses. Mr. Mike Walsh. I've reviewed a couple of them. Long time ago. I haven't heard from Mike in years. But we used to get a few of those through Bass Guitar magazine. You need to decide how many strings, 4, 5 or 6. Don't go for the 6. I just don't think you'll use it and you'll find it really difficult to sell. 4 or 5. Maybe the 5, if you don't already have a 5-string JD. But if you're going to have a 5, make sure you pick really nice woods in the neck. Make those low notes. You want that mid to come out, so maybe, I'm guessing you're going to have a mahogany core anyway. Don't know, maybe have some walnut in there to smooth it out, or if it's going to have a real kind of bark to it. Possibilities are endless. Are you having a custom made circuit for it? Are you having the frequencies shelved at certain points? You might want to look into that, especially if you're having a 5. You want the mids to, you want good low mids, sort of going up into the high mid section. You don't want loads of high mids, otherwise it'll have a real bark to it, an aggressive, like a precision bark, like when they've got ash bodies and stuff that you can't dial out. So if you go for, really focus on your low mids, you'll get some great tones. And if you find that the timbre, while you're in design stage, you might want to put like a walnut tone block at some point in the through. Well, they're set necks, aren't they? But you might want a tone block in the body, maybe. Yeah, you want to get his wow pickups and preamp. Who, JD? I didn't know they did wow pickups and preamp. That's news to me. I didn't know any of that. Nope. Yeah. Haven't played that one in a while. Let's have a look. Yeah, he makes a clone of Wow's pickups and preamps. Okay. Well, just be aware that if you go for a Wow preamp, you're looking at a filter-based system rather than a bass, middle, and treble kind of thing. So you're looking at low pass and high pass filters. Be sure that that is what you want. It does make, as with alembics, you can get some great tones out of them, but sometimes trying to find a great tone that you had previously can be really difficult. The JD really barks even when unplugged. There you go. You got to think about, electronics can get over tone woods to a certain extent, but if you give the thing the best chance to come up with the sounds that you want by picking the right materials, it kind of does the work for you, which is kind of why a lot of the time, if I'm able to spec a fingerboard on a bass, I'll go for maple neck, maple board. Because it's very easy to add bottom end to a bass signal naturally with EQ. That's easy. Trying to necessarily add a sweet top end, it can just sound very brittle. You keep turning the treble up and mids, and it just becomes, it's like, nah. If you do it right with the right woods, like I say, it does half the work for you. which actually with the Olympics I've got, I'm very pleased that I've got walnut topped ones as opposed to Cocobolo, or although I'd love a Cocobolo fronted base. But the walnut, the amount of walnut in the Olympics I've got just warms the signal up. A nice smoother bottom end to the delivery that a lot of Alembics don't always have. They can be very mid-focused. El Nino, hello, good to see you. I don't know who you are by the name El Nino, so I'm assuming you've never been here on the channel before. You're very welcome. Good to see you. I missed Kev's message there. What was that? Kev Seabase. My WoW had fabulous sounds, but could manage all the crappy ones that won't sit in a mix in between. Yeah. I've never played a WoW that I've been inspired by. I've had many in my hands. Could have bought Mark King's MIDI WoW in '97, plugged it in, played it. It was no, I'm not paying £3.50 for that. And then there was the one that got away, the £950 Mark II 5-string. It was in Kings Road Vintage Guitar Emporium, but it wasn't the Kings Road branch. It was the one that used to be in Denmark Street years ago, early 2000s, and I didn't buy it. I should have bought it. I'd have made a killing, wouldn't I? There we go. Regrets. We have a few. Shame. Well, anyway, I hope whoever got it enjoyed playing it. Can you listen to Pokemon theme tune? I could. I won't be. Why did you want me to play it? It's not kind of how it works. This is a bass live chat. Let's venture past the 12th fret, see if we get any choking. Okay. No, we're good. Where are we? 50, 17. Good. No, good. Good. No choking on this bass. Hurrah! Fabulous. The journey starts today. What journey is that then? Do I rate tune basses? Yes, I do. They were fabulous in the mid to late 80s and through to the mid 90s. Gloria Estefan, bass player, who was originally in the Miami Sound Machine with her, he always used to use tune basses. They're great. Really, really good. Yeah. So it's a very bass-like background. We're in my kitchen. It's just there's room for me to stand up. My office is an absolute mess at the moment, which will be tidied in time for Tuesday's live chat. El Nino, when did I go to school? Many years ago, mate. I'm 51 years old. I left school in 1988. I then went to A-level college, did 3 years doing A-levels and extra GCSEs, and then I did a degree from 1991 to 1995. Got my degree, turned professional. That was the end of that. Nice kitchen. Cheers, Joe. Are you in a flat? No, mate. I'm in a house. Let me see. If I press, I'm going to get the camera to turn around. You should see the garden, right? There you go. There's the garden. So no, not in a flat, mate. Steffi, like I said before, Mike, if you need any translations, English, German, just let me know. Used to work as a translator for Roger Hodgson of Supertramp. Excellent. Need some help? Do it for you gladly. No, I've got no English, German translations required at the moment. Only when I was looking at basses the other day. I was looking at a boots. Oh, Stacey will know about this. El Nino, bye. I'm going. Bye then. Thanks. Joe Goose, well, looks like a lovely place. It's all right. It's good. Worked hard for it. Yeah. German translations. Yes. So the There's a guy on Facebook at about Kev will know because he sent me the original link, selling a Warwick Bootsy Collins Chinese model, which is about 1,200 quid to buy new. Guy's selling it. Nice looking bass, but the guy, whether it was him or the previous owner, has banged the headstock. So a lot of the points on the Bootsy Collins have been knocked off. And he's re-sighted the strap buttons, and yeah. So it's not necessarily in the greatest of condition. So I was talking to the band leader in Uncle Funk a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying, "Are you going to buy that bass?" I said, "Well, it's just a bit battered, and also a very difficult bass to sell as and when, you know, Uncle Funk ever stops, or if I left or whatever. What are you going to do with that bass? And how many people, you know, that guy's had that for sale for ages. It still hasn't sold." I said, "But what we want to do," so last week, the drummer and the band leader bought a drum kit for the band, DW kit, see-through shells. We're going to have projectors and LEDs and all sorts going on with the drum kit. And he looked at me and said, "Didn't Warwick do a model for Bootsy with loads of lights in?" I said, "Yeah, they did." I sent him the video that was on YouTube. It looks great. I mean, it's amazing looking bass. Don't necessarily know how it's going to sound. I mean, it's got like 6 single coils in it and various other bits and bobs. And so I said, "Leave it with me. I'll find out how much they are." Now, I was expecting them to say a quote from Warwick. You're looking at maybe 10 to 12 grand, maybe, because Warwick's have just gone through the roof. Or I don't get it. I don't know. Okay, master built. Yeah, they're no more master built than they were 20 years ago. So anyway, I went through one of the UK resellers of Warwick stuff, and he went and got a quote for me, and the quote came back. Now, boys and girls, make sure you're sitting down, okay? So, the Bootsy Collins Warwick bass, not the Chinese one, the proper, made in Germany, with all the LEDs, all the pickups, all the this, that, and the other. Are you ready? 71,000 euros. 71,000 euros on a bass that has not a huge amount of contouring. It's literally the shape it is one layer, then there's a layer of LEDs and lights, and then there's another layer under that, and all the lovely features and all the things they've done with it. 71,000 euros. You've got to be kidding, Warwick. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get. You clearly don't want to sell those basses. Very hard to find them on the website. You've got to kind of really dig deep to find it. And yeah, so we were a little disappointed with that. It would have been great to have one, but clearly the only people that are ever going to own it are Bootsy Collins and people with a lot of money burning holes in their pockets. Shame, because the band leader was semi-serious about getting one. So yeah, it's a shame. But that I was going across various German websites that had the Chinese model the other day, but it was fine. Google Translate did it all for me, and it was fairly obvious what was there and what wasn't. But thank you for the offer. I've missed a load of messages there. So if you're in London, that means you're a millionaire now. No, close. No, the house ain't worth that yet. It's getting there. Stacey, yes, here we go. The Bootsy bass story. Yeah, DW kit, fabulous. Yeah. Joe Goose, yeah, I get what you said about the JD sounding woody. I stick it through my Boss LMB3, and that really gets the sparkling highs and lows out of it. Excellent. Game over, yeah. Kev, should be ULEZ compliant for that. Yeah, just a bit. Just to be believed, the Warwick Bootsy, yeah. Did I graduate from school? Yes, I did. Oh yes, fully educated, El Nino. I thought you were disappearing. Yeah, I've got school qualifications, I've got A-level qualifications, and I have a degree from university. So, yeah, all educated up. What did you think of the Bass Legend quote shirt, Joe? I sent you some pictures, the Mark King one. And anyone want to see those, I can go and get one. They're hanging on the hangers. If you don't even know what I'm talking about, I've just produced a range of merchandise featuring quotes from bass legends. 4 legends, in fact, is the first one. Lee Sklar, Nathan East, Chris Squire, Mark King. T-shirts and mugs. Oh, slide without pulling the G string off the neck. Yeah. No one's reacted. Clearly you don't want to see the t-shirts. Oh, here we go. Sorry, there's something going on with the live chat here. It's not updating properly. When are you doing next live stream? Tuesday. Joe, go for it. Right, I'm going to put the bass down. I'll go and get these t-shirts. You can have a quick look, see what you think. So as I said, these are available on the merch store already. I will put merch links in the description box after the video is finished. But if you go to any video here on the channel, you can see links for the UK and Europe merchandise store and the US and worldwide store. So here we have, what brand is that? Bella Canvas, charcoal grey. Fits really nicely. I was wearing it the other day. This is the Lee Sklar shirt. So the quotes all look, let's stand back and you can see the whole thing. There you go. Quote says, I still don't feel like I've got it right. Every day is a new adventure. Lee Sklar, April 2016. So that's on a charcoal grey shirt. It looks black because there's light coming in, but yep, that's that. We've got the Chris Squire one. Chris Squire from Yes, of course. So this is like a navy blue. This is a navy blue Gildan soft style shirt. So that's a quote from Chris Squire. That says, yes could be anything. In 100 or 200 years, there could still be a Yes band playing Yes music. That's from June 2014. I remember it well. And we got Nathan East shirt. It's another Gildan soft style. It's a white shirt. I haven't offered too many colours on this range, so it's mainly dark colours and white. There's no yellows and oranges and greens. So it's a Nathan East shirt. You can pick which colour shirt, obviously. That says, you have to play like it's the first and last time you will ever play it. Create a vibe, but dig down deep. That was September 2014, while we were having dinner together in the Birmingham Metropole Hotel. Yeah. I had a arrabbiata pasta and he had shrimp curry, as I recall. And then here's the Mark King shirt. So this is on the same kind of shirt as the Lease Glass. This is a charcoal grey Bella canvas shirt. So that's the Mark King shirt. And that says, a chap said he left the show. This is referring to a run of shows Mark did at Ronnie Scott's in 2012. He said he received a letter. It said, a chap said he left the show because the LEDs on his guitar neck, of course, his bass neck, were too piercing and I should turn them off once in a while. Cheek. And that's from Mark in July 2017. When I interviewed him after the Gizmodrome project had been launched. So yeah, so that's the 4 Bass Legend quote offerings at the moment. So it's just on t-shirts and mugs at the moment. And there might be some more. We'll see how these do. And if you see something you want, say you see one of these, the graphic is called the design. If you want the design on something specific, say you see a product on the shop and you'd like it, but I haven't offered it, like on a hoodie or a jacket or lounge wear or something. If you tell me, I can literally apply it and add it into the store so you can buy it. So you aren't restricted to just having t-shirts and mugs, but you need to tell me what you want. And then I can add it to the store. Bob's your uncle. Is that a bit of Boogie Nights? Yes, it was, Stacey. The Bella Canvas brand of shirts are amazing. They wear well and reproduce graphics beautifully. They're really soft as well. Don't know how they wash yet because they haven't been in the wash. But they certainly are very soft to wear, which is great. Oh, there's more messages there. Come on, YouTube, you've got to come up with a better way of dealing with messages on a live chat on the mobile app. So there we go. So yeah. So this afternoon, off to Goat Fest in Hitchin. I don't know why it's called Goat Fest. It's got nothing to do with goats as far as I'm aware. Which is in Hitchin in Hertfordshire. On stage tonight with Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno from 7. We're doing an hour and 10 minutes. So through till 10 past 8. Back in the car, home in time for Match of the Day. Which that's success in my book. You do a Saturday gig and you're home in time to watch Match of the Day. You're on a winner. Stacey, they just get softer, swear it. They were talking about t-shirts. Very good. Very good. So yeah. So live chat will be on Tuesday at 8 o'clock here in London. And like I say, if you want to attend, that'd be great. I'm going to try and line up a special guest because the Neil Fairclough one went so well last month. We'll see who I can get for Tuesday. And then we'll get back to normal chats from the 5th of September. So every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, here on Brooks's Bass Corner, we'll be doing live chats. Missed some messages there. Kev, it started in the pup car park of the Goat in Codico. Right, okay, fair enough. Greatest of all time from Goat. Yeah, I think it was more to do with goats, but clearly it was to do with starting in a pub in that area that was called the Goat. There we go. Well, that explains that. Thank you. It's a font of all knowledge, Kev. Well done. Excellent. This is the level of insight we need here on the channel, you see. Brenda and Graham are still the folks behind it. How long's it been going then? It's been going like 20 years or something. I've never played there. I've never heard of it before, so it's kind of a new one on me. It's time, 2 o'clock. I'll probably wrap this up in about 15 minutes because I need to get my stuff together and get some lunch before I head out. Yeah. Actually, I'll probably go in a moment. I think my other half's just turned up. She's going to have stuff to do, bags to empty, tea to make. Brenda and Graham still the folks behind it. Man, this group is beauty and brains. Well, I don't know what, I'm just pulling the scrag along at the back end, probably. But there we go. Okay, what's it? It's 2 o'clock. I'm out of here at about 3ish. So, yeah, on that note, I will wrap this live chat up. Good to see you all. Hope you have a great Saturday and what's left of the weekend. Catch you on Tuesday at 8 o'clock here, Brooks's Base Corner in London. Tuesday night, live chat. See you there. Take it easy. See you soon. Have a great weekend.